for me, I started out like probably a lot of people, at least back in the day, right? In the 80s and 90s, I, went to college and I did all that stuff. It was kind of the path. I think I looked at it and I either had a choice after school, high school, and this is something important. When I was investing in real estate, I wasn't investing, I wasn't a full time guy. I did that 100% on top of a full time job and raising kids and having babies and a family and all that stuff. So I think a lot of people, they get frustrated about real estate investing today because they're like, well, I just don't have the time. And what someone taught me a long time ago was what you do the 40 hours a week that pays for your home and your car and your meals and your whatever, that's gives you a life. Every hour over 40 is your wealth. That's your creation. That's your future. And so I was willing to work as much after 41 to 80 that I was in the 1 to 40 for myself and my business. But it took years to do both. And I think a lot of people aren't willing to do that today, which, they're always wondering what's the secret sauce. There's no secret sauce. Just you got to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. And so I just did that for a long enough period of time until I could stop having a W-2. And that ended in, I think, 1998, if I'm not mistaken, where that's the last time I worked for anybody. And I just went into full-time real estate. I became a realtor. So I had my license. I was doing investing. And that was kind of my thing then. And I just kept kind of running down the road. And, I could go on with a whole bunch of stories on that, but that's where really everything started. And so a lot of things happened after that, but it got up to about the late 1999, 2000, and I was done with W-2. Now I'm an investor, realtor guy all the time, and I just kept running from there. So I had started a company. It was a technical recruiting headhunting company because, of course, I wasn't busy enough with real estate, being a realtor, and having kids and a dad. So even though I wasn't in a W-2, I was building companies, and so I started a technical recruiting company, headhunting, for all the things I used to do when I got out of college, and that was great. I had now 5 offices in the state of Wisconsin. They were all out of people's homes, so I didn't have brick and mortar. It made it very simple. And we had a good business going. And then 9/11, literally when that happened that day, within 2 months, I was down to 2 offices. And then within probably another 3 months, I was down to my office. And then we shut the business down months later. And because nobody was hiring what I was, what I was promoting, because everyone was freaked out. Well, 9/11 changed our world. One of the things in my lifespan that changed our world. That was the first one, was 9/11. And so now I don't even have a business outside of the investing, because when you have rental properties and you don't have a lot, they're not funding your life. I'm trying to grow the asset and keep rolling the money forward, and kept leveraging a little bit to buy the next one, and was doing all the stuff I was being taught at all the seminars across the country that I was still going to for all those years. But that business, the technical recruiting, was gone. And so I just jumped full steam into real estate. And now I still had some other side stuff going, some multi-level. I was doing some of that stuff because I was an entrepreneur, and stuff came up, and I'm like, that sounds like I could do that. And so never said no to probably anything back then, until I fast forward into life in the world.